I think that I had from the very beginning a very good backing of the board. But after we have a new management, I would say I've got even better backing of the board and even better understanding. So I'm one of the CISOs that almost get what I want. First of all, the changes has been that you have moved the importance of the CISO up the hierarchy in the banks. I think that the leveling has gone up because the breach and the impact of the breach in a big financial institution is very severe. We've seen this in a number of institutions, a number of banks have been hacked that has had very, very bad consequences, big fines, regulators all over the customers lead. So I think that everybody understands that it's needed to do security and to improve the CISO standing. Right. That's the first thing. And the second thing I think is that you need a CISO who has a broader understanding, both technical and persons and the profiles. And then last but not least, I think that the biggest change I've seen is that you actually bring security into the whole process of building your system. In the beginning, you made the wall around your bank, and then you defended that. Now you realize that doesn't work. So you need to build in security by design in any platforms and in all systems. You need to look at your crown jewels, who have access to your crown jewels. I think that it's your whole life is a matter of priorities, right? So my priorities are outlined in my strategy. I have a strategy that has 4 areas that I have to look at. The first is to protect the estate from attacks. Right. The second one is to build in security in our platforms. Right. The third one is to innovate to stay safe. Right. And the fourth one is to educate to make sure that security becomes part of our employees' DNA. And in that, you can see that the protection is the most important. So the protection is very, very important that we have a good attack monitoring system and an incident response. But at the same time, it doesn't exclude me from having a very close relationship with the regulators. I think that part of Barclays' strategy is exactly as you say, that we want to deploy all our services and products online. Everything will be online. Back office will also be online. And in that, I think that you have to have first of all, a very holistic security architecture. And secondly, you need to identify what is it that you really don't want to lose. Because you cannot secure everything 100%. And you cannot create absolute security in cyberspace. You cannot do this in the physical world either. So it's a bit like when I travel, for instance, I have a suitcase with me or whatever. I leave the suitcase in my room, in my hotel room. I maybe take some of my papers out and put it in the vault in the hotel. And the most important I keep with me. So I have a graduated security system myself. And I think we have to have the same in a bank. Some information we will secure, but we will just secure them. Some is even they're confidential. And here we have the secret ones that we really need. So you will see it's very much a segmented security. And then it's not enough to secure data. You also look at the people who have access to these data. Because what the criminals does is that they take over the privileged access by penetrating my employee and pretend to be him. So I also need to look at his or her activities so I can see if something has gone wrong and they have been penetrated or we have an insider. So it's both. So I think that is the way that we address it, is to identify and then assess crown jewels, protect crown jewels, and protect those who have access to crown jewels. If we do this, I think we have a relatively forward-looking security. It's about 3 things. It's about privacy, it's about security, and then it's about convenience, because customers want convenience. They don't want to have difficult security, right? But for financial institutions, I think the core message is it's all about trust. You need, as a customer, to be able to trust me as a bank. Because if you're a full customer in any bank, we know almost everything about you. Right? Your salary, your mortgage, your kids, your travel, when you use your credit card and all of that. You need to trust that we do not utilize these information for other vendors. We keep them secure so criminals won't steal them. It's not just about money, it's also about your personal information.
Right.
And that is, I think, the red line for me. In Barclays, we take privacy and security very, very serious. So we actually put that at front and say, for me, this is the most important, that I can keep your data secure and I can keep your money secure. And I can also keep the employees' data secure. And I think if we have a breach, then we will probably lose customers. We will probably lose trust, which is fatal for a bank. And we will have the regulators all over us, rightfully so. And I come with the example that I think loss of trust for a financial institution is worse. You cannot sell a bank product fast and convenient if it's not safe and it doesn't offer privacy, right? These things go hand in hand and they need to go hand in hand. So we cannot just innovate to create sexy, smart and glossy applications that is easy to use. We also need to make them safe. So that is why I'm very concerned about in the rise in our accelerators that we actually have quite a big percentage of accelerators and startups that deliver security solutions.
Right.
And India, I think, after I've been here, could actually be one of these places. Because except for Tel Aviv, I've not seen any place with so many security-focused startups as I have with the presentation here, and some that are actually quite advanced and good. So if you could bring this up and running in this accelerator and maybe other ones, I think it could be a very good area for development for India, and that's $100 billion market security. So it's very needed. And when you go online in this country with 1.1 billion people, it'll be business in itself. First of all, they should be very, very aware of that we need to share much more than we do. So that is the first thing that I think that they should consider in a more systematic way. It doesn't work, we don't share, we don't exchange, and if I'm hacked as a bank on a Monday and you will be in another bank hacked on a Tuesday, why can I not help you by telling you how I was hacked and you can change your procedures and your systems so you won't, and maybe you will do me the favor next time back and forth. This is the way the criminals work together. This is the way we should work together without compromising privacy. That's very, very important. And secondly, I think that we need to invest more in innovation. So we need actually to do more like this, because we have to build in security from the beginning, and we need to raise the bar. Right now we deploy applications which are so easy to penetrate, and the customer have the problem by actually downloading it. So that's the second. The third one is awareness. I think that we all need to help create better understanding of cyber fundamentals amongst our users, regardless of its customers or school kids. And you don't have this in a systematic way. And I think we should, just like we learn people to be safe in traffic and to be safe in personal interaction and whatever, why not also help them be safe on the internet? We are all at the internet, always, so we need guidance. So these three things, and the CISOs could start by his staff, and then the